Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Deep, long breaths. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. Feel that power of you keeping your back straight and your eyes closed, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's slightly painful. That's your true power. That's your determination. So use that power here, now, and forever. And see in your mind today how you will do when that music goes on as we work in the gym of life. But you gotta see it in your mind right now if you want to bring it out into the world. See yourself doing the best you can on all the stretches or exercises that we choose and do together here today, right here, right now, wherever we are. Because you were born to do that. You were born to use your determination to see in your mind what you want to create and then make real as you open your eyes and live your life. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another day in the gym of life, another chance to be better than we were last time. So here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot as we usually do. But for now, you can just start walking on the spot as we slowly warm up our bodies and get ready for another session here together, another moment, a few moments here together. When I say go, we'll start jogging on that spot. Ready, and go. Always focused on our breathing and how we can control it, no matter what we're doing, wherever we are in life, wherever we go, not just in the stretches or exercises we're doing. Anytime we're using our bodies and our minds, let's remember how we can always take control of that breathing. It's the same way we can take control of our minds, our thoughts, and therefore our feelings. It's hard work, but just like everything else, with hard work comes all the best things in life. So here we go. We're almost there with the jog, almost there. Feel your body, all the things that are going on right now. Your arms moving, your heart beating, your breathing. That's your presence. That's phenomenal. You are phenomenal. And stop. All right. Walking on the spot. I'm just going to walk side to side here since I have enough space. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you have enough space as we work together here in the gym of life. The gym of life never ends, even though we may not be exactly where we want to be, at school, at work, wherever it is that we would see and be with all the people that we love and always look forward to being with. But we're here right now together in this moment if you're watching this and you're doing this. So let's go, everybody. Here we go. Let's roll the shoulders first, 10 forward, here we go. Again, doing the best shoulder rolls we've ever done. All the way to our ears and around. That's 4, 5. Let's do 10 forward. Here we go. Alright, and backwards. Again, enjoying the process, enjoying the effort that we're putting in right now to be our best in whatever we're doing. That's what matters. That's what matters. And that can always keep us in our greatest gift, our presence. You're here, you're watching, you're doing, you are living. You have everything you need. Here we go. Alright, arm circles forward. Let's do 10 forward again. Again, thinking about our breathing. Deep, long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And backwards. 10 arm circles backwards. Taking good air in and letting bad air out. Excellent. Okay, hands on the hips, bend the knees and side stretch. 5 on each side. Alright, let's do twist now. Keep your feet on the floor and just twist your body. Twist your hips. Again, just feeling the joy of moving your body. Alright, okay. And let's do 5 push-ups. Try your best. Here we go. Best 5 push-ups ever. Alright, 5 sit-ups, everyone. Here we go. Always doing your best. If you need to use your arms to lift up, for now, that's okay. Just keep going. Don't give up. Alright, let's do 5 squats. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. Arms straight up, looking straight ahead. Excellent. Alright. Let's do 6 lunges. 3 on each side. Keeping our back straight, our body straight, looking straight ahead. Alright, good. And let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Feeling the joy of being able to become uncomfortable in order to one day be comfortable doing this. Alright, and stand up again, everybody. And let's reach for the ceiling on our toes. Here we go. Or if you're outdoors, you're reaching for the sky. Again, feeling the joy of reaching, stretching, using those muscles in our body, all the parts of our body, to reach, to do better. Alright, actually touch the ceiling this time. Here we go. Excellent. Alright, and reaching now for your toes. Straight knees. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Excellent. All right. Good.
Magic System, Red One, Shawty. Comme d'habitude, on est calé. Comme toujours, ça va aller. à nous mambo. Mon ami, si tu as le niveau, rejoins-nous pour t'enjailler.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis et viens faire la folie.
On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis. Oh, 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 oh. Magic System.
Toujours nous.
Ah, ça change pas.
Ah ouais.
Ah, Shawky avec Red One. Est-ce que ça marche? Ça va pas. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens, c'est le Ready Go. On vient du ghetto pour aller plus haut. Avec les magiciens. Oh, oh, oh.
So often, Di Maria back to Aguero. In for Messi, and he tucks it home.
Good morning, guys. Today we're introduced to Will Smith, and he shares with us one of the things that has helped him so much, and it is the idea of living a life of service. And he goes on to tell us that it's the purest form of joy anyone can experience. And another thing he reminds us of is the fact that we are meant to serve at least one other person. We're meant to be shared, as we are all each part of the same thing, that source that we all come from. So think about your life today. How many people are you going to serve? Or how many people do you affect through your daily actions, and even deeper through your choices, and even deeper through your thoughts? So remember today, as you go on about your day, as you prepare for it, you are going to be in service, whether you know it or not, of at least one other person, just through your thoughts and actions. Have a great morning, everyone.
If I were to ask you, what's your dream car? What do you want in your dream car? You're gonna access a part of your brain that's speculating. You're gonna guess. But if I were to ask you, think about the car you're driving right now. What's one thing about your car right now that kind of bugs you a little bit? That's annoying, that frustrates you? Most of us can pick out what that thing is. And it gives us a clue on the types of questions that you want to ask to understand your market, to understand your audience at a deep emotional level. And the ask method is all about the nuance of asking the right questions in the right way to the right people to understand your audience and who they are. So you can not only better sell, but more importantly, better serve. And that's what the ask method is all about.
Man, my kids will never have to work as hard as I did. And 2 or 3 decades later, these people would come in after their adult children had moved back in a couple of times, and they would say, Doug, I don't even know what's wrong with my kids. They don't even know how to work. And I would say,
you're saying, personally, you've never owned a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, a 401k. Now, Tell us why.
Because
Money Revealed is an exclusive video series where self-made millionaires share their secrets on how they got rich. In this episode, you'll learn how to become your own boss, avoid financial mistakes that keep you poor, and what is Einstein's eighth wonder of the world. These are the lessons that they don't teach you in school about making money. And we've partnered with the series creator Jeff Hayes to bring it to you on my YouTube channel. Enjoy.
Ryan Levesque is a legend in the internet marketing world. He's the best-selling author of the book Ask, and this book revolutionized how digital marketers approach their businesses. Now he's got a new book out called Choose, and you should not start a business until you read this book, or at least watch this interview and read this book. And if you're in business now, this interview is something that's going to help set you up for greater success moving forward. Enjoy this interview with Ryan Levesque. Ryan, thanks so much for being here. It's good to be here with you today. Tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So we have a company where we teach entrepreneurs how to launch and grow their business. And it's based on my own personal experience launching businesses in 23 different markets. So we have a best-selling book that's called Ask, a book that's called Choose that helps you identify what market you should go into and how to start the right business for you.
Perfect. So tell me, were you born an entrepreneur or how'd you come to this?
I definitely was not born an entrepreneur. In fact, I tell people I'm one of the most risk-averse entrepreneurs that you're ever gonna meet. After college, I grew up, my dad worked for the government. He worked nights, he was a shipping clerk. My mom was cutting hair in the basement of our house, so I grew up very blue collar. I was the first person in my family to go to college. I was fortunate enough to get into an Ivy League school and I studied neuroscience. So my parents thought I was gonna go on to become a doctor, which was like the safest path that you could follow. I decided to go into finance instead. After college, I worked on Wall Street for the investment bank Goldman Sachs, and then I eventually made my way to China. And I started working for the financial services company, AIG. And I was opening up offices for AIG across China. I was living out of hotels, I was on an airplane every single week, and I was burnt out. I was in my mid-20s and I had what I call a quarter-life crisis. I said, there has to be a better way. My wife and I were married, but we had this bi-country marriage. She was in grad school in Hong Kong. I was based out of Shanghai. We'd see each other once or twice a month. And I said, I want to do something different. And it led me to this path of building a business so I could live life on my own terms. I told people, listen, I don't want to live my life in a box, traveling in a box, to work in a box. I want to be able to build something that gives me freedom, gives me the ability to make an impact, and someday leave a legacy.
So I'm assuming it was smooth sailing once you made that decision, right?
The first business that we launched ended up being a complete failure. And it's one of the lessons I teach entrepreneurs that I work with. And it's the importance of not going into a fad market. So the first business that we started was in the tiny, obscure market of teaching people how to make Scrabble tile jewelry. So my wife, at the time, this is 2007, 2008, stumbled upon a website which was brand new at the time, a website called Etsy.com. If you're not familiar, it's a site that's like eBay for handmade goods. And at the time, it was a brand new site. And she stumbled on this jewelry that was selling like crazy that involved using Scrabble tiles and origami paper. And she said, hey, honey, we can do this. We're in China. There's all the origami paper that you could want in the world. We have access to inexpensive labor. Let's manufacture this jewelry and let's import it into the United States. And I said, honey, I don't want to do that. That's going to tie us to a factory in southern China. We want a location-independent business. We want to be able to travel and live life on our own terms. So she said, okay, put it to bed. A few weeks later, she reaches out to me again and she says, look, remember that Scrabble tile jewelry thing? I said, I thought we closed the door on that thing. She says, no, time out. There's this woman. She's not selling the jewelry. She's teaching people how to make the jewelry. And the cool thing about Etsy is that you can look at a person's sales history. So you can see how many sales someone's making every single day. And we did the math, and she was selling this tutorial for $25, and she was making 20 to 30 sales a day. We did the math. I said, that's like $15,000 a month, and it's all profit. She's just selling this PDF. Like, we can do this. And so we bought her products. It wasn't terribly good. We said, we can build a better mousetrap. We built our own tutorial. My wife learned how to make the jewelry. We took photographs. We did the text. We started selling it. First month, we made $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000, $9,000 a month. We said, we're gonna be rich. Like, this is great. This is gonna do great. And it wasn't that much longer after that the worldwide Scrabble tile jewelry market crashed. It turns out the whole thing was just a fad. People stopped buying the jewelry, so everyone selling the jewelry wasn't making any money. People stopped buying tutorials on how to make the jewelry, and before we knew it, we were basically broke. I'd quit my job. My wife was in grad school. We're living in a 400 square foot apartment. We had that moment where we looked at each other and we said, now what? What do we do now? And we decided to move back to the States and start over. Mid-20s, late 20s at this point. We had 2 suitcases. We moved to Brownsville, Texas, the poorest zip code in the country, about a mile away from the Mexican border, which is where my wife grew up, where she was from, so we wanted to be close to her parents. And we started over. We started our first real business that did go on to become successful. So I know what it's like having those ramen noodle and bologna sandwich days. I know what it's like on a $50 a week food budget. I know what it's like having bars on the windows and a mattress on the floor. I know what those days are like. And I find that's one of the things that holds people back from going after it. People want to know, do you have to give up good in order to go for great?
So it's obvious after hearing that story why you would write a book called Choose, but we'll get to that in a second. From the time I've known you and heard you speak, a part of your depth comes from a significant health challenge that I think also colors your perspective. Tell us about that, because I want the people who hear you to understand, like I do, that this is a deep well that we're dipping into, not a shallow well.
So after
And let's balance now. Grab one leg and balance. Really think about what you're doing. Find that point, and then pull that leg up towards your bottom. Bend the other knee if you have to. Feel the power of you finding your balance in this moment right now. And switch. It's the same way you can find your balance in whatever you're doing. Keep thinking. Keep trying different things. Again, bend that knee if you have to, and pull your foot up towards your bottom, and you should feel a pull on the front of your leg, front of your thigh. All right, now let's hug our knee. Here we go. Once again, find that balance, work for it. There we go, bend that knee and lift or hug your knee fully. Give it a nice big hug. Alright, and switch, the other one now. Slowly come on up. Make sure you have plenty of space around you. Just in case you do lose your balance, you fall. You get right back up though. You know the truth, determination. We never give up. We get right back up and we keep going. No matter what. Alrighty, okay, and let's sit down and reach for our toes with straight knees. Here we go. Again, enjoying fully. Reaching for our toes. Just like we're reaching always in life, striving to be better than we were yesterday, a minute ago, a second ago. That's pure happiness. That's joy of learning, infinite mind wealth. Okay, and let's go V-shape now. And reach for the floor. Here we go. As far away from your body as you can. Feeling certain muscles being stretched. Your ability to think about that, that's your awareness and that's your determination. The power to control your thoughts, to focus on your being right now. And switch, reach for one side. Alrighty, and reach for the other side. Again, you're trying to touch your toes. If you don't, that's okay. Just reaching, feeling the joy of going for it. Alright, and let's pull our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. Here you go. Feeling the pull a little bit on the inner thighs, just a little bit, as we gently use our elbows to push our knee towards the ground. Okay, one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee on the ground though. And let's hold it there for 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Okay, and again, go as far back as you can, but keep your knee on the ground. A little bit limited with some space here, but we'll do our best. Always do our best. That's what we got. Okay, and let's go into Cobra stretch. So, belly's on the ground, push the floor, and look up at the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. Wherever you are. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Alright, good everyone. Okay, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Once again, feeling that power to control our breathing the way we control our mind and our thoughts. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best we can when that music goes on. For me today, I'm going to play 2 songs. Again, feel free to listen to my songs or have your own playing. But whatever you do, pick 2 exercises or 2 stretches or 2 movements that are safe within the space you have. And for one song, the duration of one song, try to keep going in that one specific exercise activity. For me, I'm going to be doing planks, holding the plank position for as long as I can for the first song, hopefully the whole song. And for the second song, I'm going to see in my mind right now, holding side plank position for each side for the duration of that song. I'm going to see that in my mind right now. Right now, see in your mind what you want to make real when that music goes on. See it with the full power that it's possible. See it with the full power of belief and intention, determination to do your best to make it happen. Here we go. Alright, here we go, determination. It's all about belief. You gotta believe in yourself. Here we go. I believe I can do this. Let's see. What about you? What are you doing? Are you doing planks like me? If you are, let's go. The whole song. Listen to the words of this powerful song. Everything's about believing in yourself. Everything. It all begins there. Do you believe that you can do something? Do you believe that? No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard you gotta work, if you don't believe it, it'll never happen. Belief is the activating force, the key to unlocking the full power of our minds. And then we gotta determine to do it. There we go, everybody. Always believe. I miss and love your determination. I miss and love you all the time. But we are here right now together. We are united. Right now, working on holding a plank position maybe. I don't know what it is you're working on. You're doing a dance or something or an exercise. Keep moving. Keep going. Don't give up. Let's go. The whole song. We're doing this. The whole song. That's right. Evan's right. We gotta fix our mindset. Meaning, if we correct our thoughts, turn them into nothing but positivity and belief in ourselves, all the rest of the anxiety, mind health challenges, all those lying thoughts will just go away. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Determination. Only you can do it. Only you can believe in you. Actually, others, of course, can believe in you, but the number one thing that will matter is whether you believe in yourself. You don't want to waste everyone else's belief in you. It'll all go away if you don't believe in yourself. But we were born to do it. We were born to believe in ourselves. First and foremost, to love ourselves no matter what. To know the truth of what others feel about us if they believe in us too. Almost there, almost there. Song's almost over. Let's go. Determination, let's go. Awesome work, determination. All right, next song.
The two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. And lean back, put your hips in it. Let's have some fun. To the left now. To the right. Now take your left hand and put it on your side. Gon' roll your shoulders, do the slip and slide. This next part's my favorite part, cause it's time to shine. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. And lean back, put your hips in it. It's simple, you can do it. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Now cool down, have a good time. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Do the butterfly, have a good time. Round, round, round and round you go. It's time to show out right now and take to the floor. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it, and lean back, put your hips in it. Take it down now, take it down now, take it down now, take it down now. Bring it up now, bring it up now, bring it up now, bring it up now. Take it down and crisscross. Bring it up now, crisscross. Do whatever you like right here. Just have fun. Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. And lean back, put your hips in it. That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not so bad, was it? Gonna do the two-step, then cowboy boogie. Grab a sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it. Take it to the left now and dip with it. Gon' throw down, take a sip with it. And lean back, put your hips in it. Yeah, I'm gonna
Messi. Higuain. Messi kept going. It's Lionel Messi! He scored! The goal the world wanted!
Good afternoon, guys. You know, when we really become aware of just how powerful we are in our thoughts, our choices, and our actions, and when we understand that we are meant to serve more than just ourselves, we become extremely powerful and effective in all our relationships. And relationships are the things that will determine our emotional well-being, even our physical well-being, because we're all so connected. So when we go on this path to understand and live a life that is more than just for ourselves, we start to really become more and more humble and reverent to the fact that we are so important to each other. But then we start to realize just the pure joy of just being our best selves and developing ourselves with that purpose. So we have to show that determination each and every choice we make. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
After we launched that Scrabble tile jewelry business and it was a failure, we moved back to the States and I launched my first real business that became successful, which was in a random obscure market, teaching people how to care for their orchids, as in the flower. And we took that business from nothing to $25,000 a month in 18 months. My wife quit the job that she was working at the time. We go all in, take that business to $500,000 a year. But I thought it was a fluke. Like I thought it was just I was so scared that the same thing was gonna happen again. So I decided to diversify into another market to make my parents happy that I was actually using my education from college. We went into the how to improve your memory market. So we started teaching people memory techniques. So we went into that business, took that to $500,000 a year. Well, before I know it, I was going into market after market. I went to 23 different markets, which is crazy. And at that time, my first son was born. And right now, you see me on camera right now, I'm about, 185 pounds, 190 pounds, in pretty good shape. But after my son was born, I started mysteriously losing weight. Again, I'm running these 23 different businesses. I'm a new dad, I'm losing all this weight, and I'm tired all the time. At the time, I just chalked it up to being a new dad and trying to run a fast-growing company. But my wife insisted that I apply for life insurance. She said, you're responsible for someone else's life now. Apply for life insurance. So I did. Apply for life insurance, and I go away on a trip, come back, and there's a letter waiting for me on my desk, and it's from the life insurance company. I open up the letter, and the letter says, denied. I just turned 30 years old. Denied life insurance. Now, if you're denied life insurance, typically it means something serious is going on. So I call up the life insurance agent, and if you fly for life insurance, you know that they do a medical exam. I didn't have the results of that exam, but the agent did. So I talked to him, and he said, I'm not a doctor, but I think you want to sit down. He proceeded to give me the numbers from my lab results, and I wrote them down. And then I tell people I made the biggest mistake of my life. I went to Google. I went to Google to find out what they meant. And I typed in my numbers into Google, and they came back, kidney failure, renal system shutdown, and pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is like a death sentence. And so I'm freaking out. And I remember that night my wife asked me, she said, I saw we got the life insurance letter, is everything okay? And I said, well, not exactly, we need to talk. So she starts breaking down and schedules a doctor's appointment the very next morning. Now at this point, I was in denial. I thought that they had messed up my results with somebody else. I thought somehow the results got swapped. So we go to the doctor the next day and they draw blood. They do some lab results. They say, we're gonna order this stat, hang tight in the waiting room. We'll order this right now. And I remember when the doctor came back out in the waiting room, he comes to me, grabs me by the shoulders, and he says, Mr. Levesque, you should be in a coma right now. We're taking you to the emergency room. So they rushed me to the ER, spend 10 days in ICU, in intensive care. I've got a 6-month-old baby at home. I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to die. And it turns out I was an undiagnosed juvenile diabetic. I had type 1 diabetes, and I was one of these guys in my 20s. I never went to go see a doctor. I lived in China for 5 years. I never saw a doctor when I was living in China. So I'd just gone undiagnosed all these years, and my body had reached a point where it was shutting down. And so I emerged from that experience, and I said, if I want to do something with my life, right? If I want to do something with my life, now's the time to do it. And I'd had this financial success in all these different markets, and I'd worked hard to get there. But what I realized is that I wasn't impacting a large number of people. I had something here that had worked for me to transform my family's life. Listen, I grew up blue collar. I grew up, my parents didn't go to college. I grew up as working class as it comes. And I've been able to build this great life for myself, and I want to share that with people who wanted to do the same thing for their family and make a difference in the world. And so that's why I published my first book, Ask. And I revealed what I consider to be my secret family recipe, which is how I had success in all of these 23 different markets. And that's the path that started the company that we built. And we've got 60 employees, and hundreds of thousands of people have read our books, and millions of people around the world have now followed this process that we now teach entrepreneurs on how to have success in your business.
So let's stay on your book, Ask. The people who are taking your courses, what do they learn?
So whenever I bring up this topic of ask, people say, well, is it as simple as just ask people what they want and give it to them? And the answer is not exactly. See, the process of asking questions is a bit counterintuitive. You can't just ask someone, what should I sell? How much should I charge it for? And then deliver it, because people don't know what they want. In fact, you've probably heard the quote from Henry Ford. You know, he's famous for saying, if I'd asked people what they wanted, they would have told me faster horses. Steve Jobs is famous for saying, people don't know what they want until you show it to them. And the reason why those statements ring true is because they are true. People don't know what they want, but they do know a few things. They do know, for example, what they don't want. In fact, if I were to ask you, what's your dream car? What do you want in your dream car? You're going to access a part of your brain that's speculating. You're going to guess. But if I were to ask you, think about the car you're driving right now. What's one thing about your car right now that kind of bugs you a little bit? That's annoying, that frustrates you. Most of us can pick out what that thing is. And it gives us a clue on the types of questions that you want to ask to understand your market, to understand your audience at a deep emotional level. And the ask method is all about the nuance of asking the right questions in the right way to the right people to understand your audience and who they are. So you can not only better sell, but more importantly, better serve. And that's what the ask method is all about.
I remember when that book came out, I probably had a dozen friends recommend it to me. It was a really useful book for entrepreneurs, but now you have written what appears to be a prequel to that book. So what's a new book, and why was that needed?
So when you write a book like Ask, one of the great things that happens is you get a bunch of letters, emails, messages from people who tell you how much the book has changed their life. But you also get messages from people who say, I read the book and it didn't work. I tried what you teach and it didn't work for me. And when I got letters like that, it frustrated me. It pained me because I put my blood, sweat, and tears, my heart and soul into that book. And as many entrepreneurs as this worked for, there were people that used the methodology and didn't have success. And so I wanted to get to the bottom of that. And it kicked off what became the biggest research project of my life. And I started looking at what were the reasons why people were failing? What mistakes were they making? Where did I go wrong? Did I leave something out? And what I found is it all came down to one thing. People were choosing bad markets. And there's a metaphor that I use in my teaching, and it's like this. When you start a business, it's like deciding to throw your raft in a river. Now, you're building your business because you want to take yourself to some destination, whether it's achieving financial freedom, making an impact, leaving a legacy, changing your life and the life of your customers. And so that river is the thing that's going to get you to that destination. Now, you can have the best boat money can buy. You can hire the best crew. You can buy the best equipment. You can row 18 hours a day. But if that boat is facing the wrong direction, or worse yet, you throw that boat into a river that doesn't have any water in it, or a river that's going to swallow you up whole because it's just too big, you're never going to get to your destination. And that's what I found, is that people were choosing bad rivers. And so I asked myself, I said, what if I could teach people how to find that hidden river, the river that was just right, the river that's going to take you to exactly where you want to go? And so I embarked on this research project, and I looked at each of the 23 markets that we went into. I studied every single one of my clients and students and looked at what were the factors that separated the businesses and markets that were successful compared to the ones that failed. Now, I'm a huge fan. I was inspired by the work of Jim Collins, who's written Built to Last, Good to Great, Great by Choice. Now, Jim Collins' work centers around studying the most iconic companies in the world and what separates those that have been successful for decades from those that failed along the way. And I wanted to do the same thing for our small niche businesses. What was it that separated them? And what we found was that there were 7 factors. 7 factors that when you get these things right, you're setting yourself up for success.
Side planks for me. Here I go. Holding one side for half the song and maybe holding the other side for the other half. Listening to, again, powerful music, energy, words. Bob was right. One love. Bob Marley knew the truth, just like you know the truth. We all know the truth. We're made of it. Of course. If we just take our minds when they're negative and they're anxious and stressed and fearing, if we took our minds, our thoughts, and just moved them out of the way, all there is love. We are made of pure love, pure infinite intelligence. We get to work on our bodies, our minds all the time to be the true beings that we were born to be. Even if we feel like quitting, it's hard. It's hard to control our minds, to get it out of the way. But we can do what we were born to do. Alright, let's go to the other side now. Here we go. Oh, love it. Feeling the sweat. All that old fluid leaving the body. Make room for some new, good fluid. Here we go. Just like our new thoughts. We get rid of the old thoughts that don't serve us to make room for new, good thoughts, positive thoughts that serve us to be who we were all born to be. Love. That's it. Simple. No hate. No anger. Those things are going to be there. We're going to feel it sometimes, but with our determination, we can determine love, not hate. Determination, not giving up. Happiness, not depression. Joy, not sadness. How's everyone doing? Hanging in there, keep going. We're almost done. Let's always be united together, just like we are right now, right here. Alright. I'm proud of my effort. How about you? How about you? How about you, determination? I'm proud of you. I love you.
Take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match. Riding on a horse, ha, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now, can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Cheated on my baby, you can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Hat down, cross town, living like a rock star. Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings and Fendi sports bras. Riding down Rodeo in my Maserati sports car. Got no stress, I've been through all that. I'm like a Marlboro man, so I kick on back. Wish I could roll on back to that old town road. I wanna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the
Lavezzi. Messi. Give it to him and pray. Oh, and he's done it!
Through to
Good evening, guys. I want to share with you a story that highlights the importance of us having a sense of possessing ourselves before we're able to share and service others. And I want to share a story that comes from Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He gives an example where his daughter, when she was young, had received a gift from others for her birthday. And she didn't want to share her toy, her new gift, with those people that had bought it for her. And you could see him getting very frustrated as it went on and she wouldn't share. But in the end, she simply was demonstrating the fact that she needed to feel that sense of possessing the thing first before she was ready to share it. So those of you that are parents can probably relate to young children. They don't want to share until they feel that sense of it's mine first. So we have to be like that with ourselves. We got to possess ourselves before we share ourselves. Have a great evening, everyone.
Every single one of our most successful businesses checked off these 7 boxes. The ones that failed were missing one of these key ingredients. And that is the subject of this book, Choose.
Okay, so obviously I have to know, what are the 7 factors?
So when it comes to choosing the right market and starting the right business, there are 7 factors. And I'll talk about a few of them right now. So one of the things that we discovered is that every single one of the most successful markets have what we call the 5 market must-haves. These are 5 factors that if you want to be successful, you want to make sure your market has. And I'll go through them. The first is what we call an evergreen market. Now, an evergreen market is in contrast with a fad market. Evergreen market is a market that was relevant 10 years ago, and it's a market that'll be relevant 10 years from now. Recent examples of fad markets, in my experience, I shared the story of my Scrabble tile jewelry business. That's how I learned that lesson the first time. But a lot of people have experienced this recently. So fidget spinners is a perfect example of a fad market. It took over the world and then disappeared off a cliff. Another one that a lot of people have been affected by is the Bitcoin market. Now, there was a time recently where you could not turn a corner without everybody talking about Bitcoin and building businesses around Bitcoin, membership sites and online programs and exchanges. And you saw the price of Bitcoin skyrocket and then fall off a cliff. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can use a tool called Google Trends. Now, Google Trends is a tool that Google puts out to analyze the keyword volume of keywords. So how many people are online searching for information on Bitcoin or fidget spinners? And you can see the global trends. Is it going up? Is it cyclical? Is it going down? Or is it stable? Now, I learned the hard way what happens when you go into a fad market. They go up, but then they fall off a cliff. And so some of the markets that are evergreen markets, markets that have been here they're here to stay, are markets like Orchid Care, markets like leadership skills. You're looking for things that are going to be relevant, that are going to fuel your soul and fill your bank account for years and years and years to come. Not something that's going to be here today and gone tomorrow. So that's the first thing. But being in an evergreen market turns out is not enough. You also want a market that is an enthusiast market. Now, what that means is, in contrast with a problem solution market, you want a market where people are consumers in that same space for years and years. So an example of a problem solution market would be something like the flood removal market. Like if you have a flooded basement, you call up a company, they help you get rid of that flooding damage, and then you move on. There are no clubs, there are no Facebook groups, there are no newsletters to subscribe to stay in that world. In a problem solution business, you constantly have to chase after a new customer. Versus an enthusiast market, you can acquire a customer once and sell to that same customer over and over again. So an example of an enthusiast market would be something like guitar. Someone learns how to play guitar, they want to be in that market for years. They're buying music, they're buying instruments, they're buying equipment. Dogs is another great market. So if you serve dog owners, you get someone who brings a puppy into their home, and then they buy all the things you know what it's like when you buy, if you've got a dog and know anybody who has a dog, you've got doggy bowls, doggy treats, doggy crates, doggy clothes, doggy Christmas ornaments. I mean, people spend crazy amounts of money on their pets. The market serving entrepreneurs is another great example. People who are entrepreneurs tend to be entrepreneurs for years and years and years. So those are examples of enthusiast markets. But it's not enough to be in an evergreen and an enthusiast market. You have to solve market must-have number 3, which is an urgent problem in the context of that evergreen and enthusiast.
Here we are again, ending the way we begun today together. Knowing the truth, though, that nothing ever ends, nothing is ever over. Determination is never over, never done. Because we are an energy. We are one energy. The way we take control of our breathing in this moment, the way we did our best today on all the exercises and stretches we did, that's the same way, same process we can use to make the best decisions. No, not decisions, determinations. Positive choices, loving choices, peaceful, grateful, mind healthy, mind wealthy. Choices, determinations. We don't choose and lose. We determine and win. Just like we won again today, here, right now. Just like we're winning right here, right now. Just by being our presence, who we are.